wọ́n sì ibi tó ń fowó bàjọ́ déédéé ó ti sún wọn ṣé gbogbo èèyàn ló ń lárí Oyedepo ló ń lé Adeboye ló ń lé gbogbo wọn fẹ́ ra jet ìdílé wọn mélòó ló ti ní lárí bẹ́ẹ̀ rí tọ́lọ́run bá ti ràn yàn lọ́wọ́ tíṣù ẹ̀ bá fún láfúnjù wàá fọwọ́ bò ó jẹ́ nínú àwọn gbogbo eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù níbo mélòó ni Adeboye eléjò ń wá ní jẹun Adeboye ń wá jíìpù lọ ìgbà tó ń fọwọ́ ẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ as a lecturer ṣé ó lè ra limousine. àwọn Oyedepo wọ́n forúkọ Jésù ṣe business ni then àwọn Lateran wọ́n forúkọ Jésù ṣe business ni then Muslim àwọn people dan sọ yìí then tó bá wo Oyedepo ń bẹ yẹn ìyá ẹ̀ àwọn tó ń gbálẹ̀ lọ ní títì ló sọ fún ìyá ẹ̀ tó lọ fẹ́ àfáà ìyá ẹ̀ kìrìsìtẹ́nì ni ló lọ fẹ́ àfáà ló fi jíṣẹ́ fún pé ó máa bí ọmọ ológo gẹ́gẹ́ bí ògo tó ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn ọmọ kan máa jáde lára ẹ̀ tó máa jẹ́ ológo ọmọ ṣùgbọ́n white ni kó máa wọ̀ ó mọ̀ ó ṣe rántí prophecy in all the time ó ṣe rántí ẹ̀ ló fi wà ní suit white lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ìdún jíṣẹ́ pé ó máa kú ní September October ó ti padà lọ sí ayọ̀ ni ó ti lọ tún bá ó ti lọ ṣe owó iṣẹ́ tó yẹ kó ṣe ó ti padà sí sọ́ọ̀sì tó dúró ní tù.
Prophet Tibetan, popularly known as the Nostradamus, he has once again decided to shed light into two popular pastors, clerics. One is titled Bishop David Oyedepo, and his spiritual father, or let's say his spiritual elder brother, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. What he said will shock you. I mean, there are a lot of people who are members of RCCG, or you often attend Shiloh. You might want to balance this up, and maybe you have one or two things that you have to say. You can drop that in the comment section below. Prophet Tibetan is a white garment prophet, a controversial one. There was a time he had some issues, or let's say the other prophet who has his own background in Christ Apostolic Church had some issues with him, and he claimed that he came to set the captives free, the captives that the white garment prophet held in his spiritual cage. Also, a popular pastor, a spiritual son of Bishop David Oyedepo, called David Ibiyomi, also said certain things about white garment churches. He claimed that white garment churches are diabolic, they are wicked, they do all sort of terrible occultic and evil spells. And this resulted to white garment prophets such as Tibetan responding, saying that Pastor Ibiyomi will RIP same way TB Joshua left. There are a lot of controversies surrounding this pastor, or let's give him his proper title, Prophet Tibetan. But that does not stop us from putting out whatever it is that he says for everybody to peruse. Let us deal with what he's saying. Let us listen to what he's saying.
wọ́n sì ibi tó ń fowó bàjọ́ déédéé ó ti sún wọn ṣé gbogbo èèyàn ló ń lárí Oyedepo ló ń lé Adeboye ló ń lé gbogbo wọn fẹ́ ra jet ìdílé wọn mélòó ló ti ní lárí bẹ́ẹ̀ rí tọ́lọ́run bá ti ràn yàn lọ́wọ́ tíṣù ẹ̀ bá fún láfúnjù wàá fọwọ́ bò ó jẹ́ nínú àwọn gbogbo eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù níbo mélòó ni Adeboye Oyedepo ń wá ní jẹun Adeboye ń wá jíìpù lọ ìgbà tó ń fọwọ́ ẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ as a lecturer ṣé ó lè ra limousine. tọ́lọ́run bá ti ẹ̀dùn ẹnu ṣé bá ṣe mo ṣe ṣe rè tàbá rí ibì kan sì tó ń kọ́ ní akówọ́njọ ẹgbẹ́dá everywhere tó ní lẹ́ẹ̀mejì lọ́sẹ̀ ló ń pín rice àti búrẹ́dì ńbẹ bẹ́ẹ̀rẹ̀ dín ló ń pín ṣé ó ṣe pọ̀ jù òun ló talẹ̀ fún wọn òun ló ta bẹ̀rẹ̀ grand fún wọn òun ló tomi fún wọn òun ló ta pure water fún wọn òun ló ṣe pọ̀ he's more or less a businessman he's using it just for business that's all. Thank you, sir.
By the time I'm ready to do it.
No problem, sir.
A rí pé oṣù mẹ́ta ní Amẹ́ríkà ní London ìgbà díẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ṣé lára ṣe ìránṣẹ́ náà ni àbó oníṣẹ́ mi tí wàá bá ṣe láwọn òkè tẹ́ ń lọ yìí.
Thank you very much, sir. According to your question, Psalm 105, verse 12, 13, 14 Only due to the fact that they are few in number. Àwa wòlíì ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Ó ló ní ẹ má ṣe fọwọ́ kan àwọn wòlíì mi. Ẹ má ṣe wọ́n ní ibi. Nítorí pé a gbọ́dọ̀ káàkiri for evangelism. Iṣẹ́ Olúwa náà ní sá. Fídíò kúnlẹ̀. Gbogbo láti wàásù láti ṣìnà láti wàásù láti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Bàjẹ́ lọ lọ́dọọdún ní ìsìn mọ́ ń lọ sí by February mo ń lọ sí Sydney ní Australia. Mo máa ṣe 6 months. Kò ṣe bínú lọ kò ṣe bínú padà. Mo ti ń dọ̀jì gbogbo àwọn group tó fẹ́ rí mi ń bẹ̀ láti bí 8 years. So yes sir, mo láti lọ. So when I get in there, mo láti ṣiṣẹ́ káàkiri kí n gbé church kalẹ̀ fún wọn bẹ̀. Mi ò ní pe lórúkọ mi, ó máa bá yẹn lọ. So wọ́n máa wò yín pé mo dákan lẹ̀ fún wọn.
Ẹ kì í pe lórúkọ yín.
No, kò sí kẹ́kẹ́ lábẹ́ fi yẹn ṣe. Hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ló máa jẹ́ gbẹ̀yìn. Ṣé mo rán wọn ṣẹ́ ni? Mo ní church sí Tampa. Mo láwọn church tí mo associate mo rẹpẹtẹ ní Broadway, Los Angeles. Mo láwọn churches l'Amẹ́ríkà tó ẹgbẹ́ àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ èmi mo dálẹ̀ ṣaṣẹ́ everything mi ló ń bèrè. Mi ò ní ìdí ẹ̀. Tó o bá lówó ju church ò lè gbé church ga. Now, o lè fowó olówó owó nínú olówó oníyọ̀. Àìmọye àwọn èèyàn tó ń fi orúkọ Jésù ṣe business. Àwọn Oyedepo wọ́n forúkọ Jésù ṣe business ni. Then àwọn Lateran wọ́n forúkọ Jésù ṣe business ni. Orúkọ church náà ló fi gba lóhùn. So automatically wọ́n lè dá dúró lórí ọwọ́ wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tí Jésù jẹ́. They're Muslim na àwọn people dá ń sọ yìí. Then tó bá wo Oyedepo ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ìyá ẹ̀ àwọn tó ń gbálẹ̀ lọ ní títì ló sọ fún ìyá ẹ̀ tó lọ fẹ́ àfáà. Ìyá ẹ̀ Kristẹni ni ló lọ fẹ́ àfáà. Ló fi jíṣẹ́ fún pé ó máa bí ọmọ ológo gẹ́gẹ́ bí ògo tó ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. Ọmọ kan máa jáde lára ẹ̀ tó máa jẹ́ ológo ọmọ. Ṣùgbọ́n white ni kó máa wọ̀. Then kò síbi tó wọ́n ti ní mọ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. So wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ church, wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ anything. But lẹ́nì níbo náà ti mọ̀ wọn Oyedepo. But àwọn ìwà kan wà tó wù ní London tó wù ní America tí ó jẹ́ pé ìwà tààrà tí wọ́n jẹ́ kó wọ̀ bẹ̀ mọ́ bí olè bí àfọwọ́rá. But ìyẹn ògbógbó ẹ̀jẹ̀ náà kájá pátámọ́ yàn ní ká ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Wòlíì ò tún lè rí wọn yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ti ṣe kọjá ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ìyẹn ló fà tó fi wọ jákẹ́ẹ̀tì white lójoojúmọ́ yẹn. Ó mọ̀ ó ṣe rántí prophecy all the time. Ó ṣe rántí ẹ̀ ló fi wà ní suit white. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ìdún jíjẹ́ pé ó máa kú ní September October. Ó ti padà lọ sí Ayọ̀ ni ó. Ó ti lọ tún bá ó ti lọ ṣe owó iṣẹ́ tó yẹ kó ṣe. Ó ti padà sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó dúró ní true. Ó dẹ̀ ti padà. Èmi rò pé ọjà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́gbà Oyedepo máa pàpà kú. Ìyẹn kàn mí. Isaiah 38:1-5. Nígbà tí ẹ̀sìn káyà mọ̀ bó ṣe máa tún bá Olúwa release ẹ̀. So mi ò ní jẹ́ pósí wọn mi ò bá wọn dùn kankan. Àdùn kankan níbì kan. Àjọ fún àwọn múra wa lọ́wọ́ náà. Tí mo máa fi tọrọ kú fún àbí tó máa fi tọrọ kú fún mi nǹkan tí mo rí ni.
Àwọn kan tẹ̀ ní bàbá yìí ti máa àtàkì Adeboye jù. Ó ti máa àtàkì.
Adeboye ò kì í ṣara wa is not part of us. Àwọn ló bẹ̀ sí í jẹ́. Ó ti sún ó ti dé báwọn ṣe ti rẹ̀ wọ́n.
That was Prophet Marcus Tibetan, a cleric of the White Garment Church, Celestial Church of Christ. Some might call him a controversial cleric, and some might call him a false prophet. Some might call him a prophet of God. But Prophet Marcus has always been on social media where he has spoken about a series of issues and personalities, religious personalities and political personalities. Some might call him a bold prophet. Some might say he speaks with authority. Whatever you want to place or wherever you want to place him in, that is left for you. But let us look at a few of what he said. He talked about Bishop David Oyedepo. Everyone noticed Bishop Oyedepo's dress, and they realized he's always putting on white and red. People thought he is occultic. Some people said maybe he has his root in white garment. A lot of things were said, and he responded. He said, white suit are easier for me to pick. I don't have to think about it. This could be true, but we are smart people. We know that there is more to what the eyes can see. You cannot just pick white suit because it is easier. There are more attached to it. You are too rich. Apart from preaching and some other things that he does, it's more like he's the head of a multinational company. He does a lot, but there are people who do the real hard work. I mean, when I say hard work, I mean the physical work to keep the church running. So having to pick a suit should not be a big deal. I don't think Bishop ever washes his clothes. He probably didn't wash his clothes for the past 30 years or 20 years or 25 or thereabout. So to pick a suit to wear to church is not a problem. He said everything goes with everything. I don't have to think of the color. I just pick it up and I just wear because there is no time. Now look at the dress of Ayoni. It's white and red. And that is what he puts on. A red tie and a white suit. That is a uniform. That is the identity of Ayoni. There are different C and S, cherubim and seraphim churches. They all have their colors. But that is the color that he has chosen. And prophet is saying that is where they prophesied or the root or something about that. Well, also, when we look at Pastor Adeboye, we know that the founder of the church started, like many other people who left occultic, or let's say idolatry. They either were Methodist, Catholic, Anglican, and the rest of those denominations. And at the end of the day, some of them decided to fall into what was in vogue. Is it that you're a member of Cherubim and Seraphim? And Cherubim and Seraphim started going through its own reformation, different harms, or let's say different corners started coming up, different niche started coming up in, and you know where it is today. So the pastor or the founder of RCCG changed from what it used to be to a different denomination, let's say a gospel church. And now we have Pastor Adeboye manning the church. And today we can talk about Pentecostalism. That Pentecostalism that you know of today. We can say that he's also part of those that stood to retain or maintain it. Apart from Bishop Michael Okonkwo, apart from the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa. Now we have the prophet saying all of this, saying that he's not part of us. These people are Muslims. The truth is this. Even the prophet talking, his ancestors probably were Muslims. I don't think they were white garment prophets from. They were also probably occult or idolatry, idol worshippers. Let me not use the word occult. They were idol worshippers, and now he's a white garment prophet with allegation and accusation thrown at him. So saying that someone's parent is a Muslim and the person is now a Christian, I don't think we can say so and say, oh, these people are Muslims, they are not part of us. I don't know when you start becoming part of anything. I mean, when? Is it from your father or from you or from your great-grandfather or from your great-great-grandfather? Because Prophet Marcus, it is not possible for you to say that your ancestors were Christians, white garment prophets. It's not possible for you to say as far back as 500 years ago. So when do we begin to say this person is part of us or not? Now, I'm not vouching for any of those people. Neither am I trying to throw them away. No, I'm not vouching for any of them. Pastor Adeboye, Oyedepo, or Prophet Marcus. I'm not vouching for anybody. But I'm just trying to understand one or two things that the prophet is saying. In as much as we are alive, and we will be seeing more of these things. But do you think there's something about the prophet, Bishop David Oyedepo's white and red? Is there anything wrong in associating with C and S or any of those white garment churches? Don't forget that Esther Ajayi came visiting Bishop, and Bishop prayed, and she dropped a check. She still went to RCCG, and RCCG even came to his church. So we saw all of this. She said, look, all of these people, she said it herself, all of these people have their root. She even mentioned Daystar. Said all of these people have their root in white garment churches, C and S or Celestia. Now you guys are saying that white garment is evil, white garment is bad, white garment is not of God. They use 7 book of Moses and 6 and this, the book, the Key of Solomon, and many occultic books, that these people are not of God. Well, I'm throwing this out to you guys. What do you think? The correlation between white garment churches, present day gospel, Pentecostal, prophetic churches? Don't you think that people just want to rebrand, or is it reformation when one mode of, let's say, a denomination gets dirty, got brings out something cleaner again out of it and begins to continue the journey till whenever the world ends. Drop your comment.